Number 5, it is graduation day. I'm putting on my sparkles. Come on in if you're out there on the live stream. We're going to have some fun today for graduation as we rock on out this amazing 5-day boot camp for the Freedom Funnel Formula. We're going to wrap it all up with the power of one. Are you my 10%? Have you made it to the final day? Let me know in the chat. Are you replay or live?
I keep on driving till it bends, still it feels like I pretend. Keep on driving and driving along the road tonight. Lost my head over my back between the jars and bottle jack. Just me and all the red lights. Keep on driving and driving. From a hot California, I forgot how you looked like in rain. I swear I never thought it would matter if I'm gone by now. All my weakness keep on linger on repeat like it will be my favorite song. Oh, I know I should be moving on, but you got me good. You got me good. I keep on driving till it bends, still it feels like I pretend. Keep on driving and driving along the road tonight. Lost my head over my back between the jars and bottle jack. Just me and all the red lights. Keep on driving and driving. All the memories just lingers on repeat like it is never gonna stop. I can't help myself from feeling all alone, but you got me good. Oh, you got me good. You're like a circle that floats around me, keeping me safe and sound. And when I fall, you tied a rope to me. You're blessing me every day. I was down with an illusion, like a sparrow with broken wings. But now I shine with your reflection on me. I'm getting back up on my feet. That you showed up was written in my palm. You are a statement, explode like a bomb. I get to push myself to victory. You make me winner. You cut me loose and set me free. You make me win in every way. You showed me how to spread my wings. Yes, I'm the winner of the day. let you go. 'Cause every time I try, you find a loophole. I've been slamming the door and just leave you cold. When I come back, you've heated up the South Pole. You see my body rush for the escape, while my heart wants to stay. I run away, hit the road, it ain't no mistake. But I keep turning back just like a boomerang. You're like a backseat ghost telling me to stop. No matter what you do, I keep on coming back. Just like a boomerang. Just like a boomerang. Just like a boomerang. I keep on spinning like a boomerang. You know exactly where to push or pull. And I am going mad just like you knew I would. You're reading me like an open book. You know me better than I ever thought you could. You see my body rush for the escape, while my heart wants to stay. I run away, hit the road, it ain't no mistake. But I keep turning back just like a boomerang. You're like a backseat ghost telling me to stop. No matter what you do, I keep on coming back. Just like a boomerang. I keep on spinning like a boomerang. My head is spinning on my shoulders. So what's the use of trying, baby? All the ways they lead to you. You're like a magnet pulling me in. I run away, hit the road, it ain't no mistake. But I keep turning back just like a boomerang. You're like a backseat ghost telling me to stop. No matter what you do, I keep on coming back. Just like a boomerang. Just like a boomerang. Just like a boomerang. I keep on spinning like a boomerang. Just like a boomerang. I keep on spinning for you. Like a boomerang. I keep on spinning like a
I've been feeling so small. Watch the clock ticking off the wall. But tonight I'm letting it go. Spend my coin for sure. I'm gonna be myself, or I could be someone else. No one's stopping me now. I'm gonna skip my breaks. I'm gonna make mistakes. I just wanna feel alive. It's just what I do when I'm out, so try not to hold me down. Feel alive when I'm in this town. Look at those beautiful stars. I wanna drive a faster car. Nothing can break me, no, no, nothing can break me. Try not to hold me down. Feel alive when I'm in this town. Look at those beautiful stars. I wanna take a trip to Mars. Nothing can break me, no, no, nothing can break me. Look at those beautiful stars. I wanna drive a faster car. Lay my troubles to rest. Blow the smoke through my cigarette. City lights looking fine, and I know this is my time now. I'm gonna be myself, or I could be someone else. No one's stopping me now. I'm gonna skip my breaks. I'm gonna make mistakes. I just wanna feel alive. It's just what I do when I'm out.
All right, we know what time it is. It's sparkle time.
You've been hiding in the shadows way too long. You always thought that you were weak, but babe, you're wrong. Yeah, you better step into the light, just give it a try. Think that it's time you let that spark out. You've been hiding in the shadows way too long. And who cares if you might mess it up? You're stronger than the others think. And who cares if you might mess it up? Go ahead and shine, darling. Go ahead and shine, my dear. 'Cause who cares if you might mess it up? Just shine. You shouldn't doubt yourself, 'cause you're a work of art. You should know that you are perfect with those flaws. Yeah, you better step into the light, just give it a try. Know that it's time you let that spark out. You've been hiding in the shadows way too long. And who cares if you might mess it up? You're stronger than the others think. And who cares if you might mess it up? Go ahead and shine, darling. Go ahead and shine, my dear. 'Cause who cares if you might mess it up? Just shine, shine, darling. Go ahead and shine, my dear. 'Cause who cares if you might mess it up? Just shine. You're stronger than the others think. And who cares if you might mess it up? Shine. Go ahead and shine, darling. Go ahead and shine, my dear. 'Cause who cares if you might mess it up? Just shine, shine, darling. Go ahead and shine, my dear. 'Cause who cares if you might mess it up? Just shine.
And sparkle. Welcome to day number 5, guys. Congratulations, my 10% who made it to the end. I'm so proud of you. Christy, I just want to, could you please make sure you check all the coaches' inboxes for me? Sarah's here, but Jackie told me she's got a meeting, a coaching session for 3 hours. I forgot to tell you before. And Joyce, well, it was her birthday, so she's probably slept through the alarm. And her boyfriend's in town, flew all the way in from Canada. So if you could do that for me, that would be awesome. Hey guys, welcome to day number 5. Day number 5 is all about bringing home that power of one. We've done a lot of focusing in on the one areas of your business over the last 5 days. Now, hang on, I think you, oh yes, epidemic sound. Sorry, I was just checking. All right, so day 5, we are here. We are finally here and we're sparkling, right? So I'm so happy to see we've got a few people already jumping in with their sparkles on. Jessica's literally said the only thing she had to sparkle was, so we're going to go around the room soon and have a look at all the beautiful sparkles. But before we kick off for day 5, let's go across and ask so far, we get to check out a few sparkles in the house as well, a couple of people what they've enjoyed most so far about hanging out with Team Sparkle over the last 5 days. So I'm going to bring in Jessica first because I've totally got to have Jessica on screen with her beautiful sparkles. Jessica, come on up. What have you loved about hanging out with Team Sparkle?
Oh, just all of it, but mainly your energy and enthusiasm, and it's just nice to meet a great bunch of people who are all like so enthusiastic about what they're doing and so eager to help, which is really nice. It's always cool when you online find people who kind of meet your vibe, and I feel like Team Sparkle meets my vibe.
Oh, so nice. Kathy, come on up. I see you've also got some sparkles on, which I love.
Me?
Yes, come. That top's sparkly, right? It looks sparkly from here. What have you liked best about hanging out with Team Sparkle?
I would probably just say really the energy. I don't understand where y'all get it. I mean, it's wonderful and it's beyond cool, but also just how very compassionate and very giving everyone is. And so I've felt nothing but love this whole time. So I deeply appreciate it.
Thank you. Kelly, come on up. Look at you. Yes, you. Come on up. You've got sparkles on, baby. You've got to come on up.
Hello. Oh, I have a whole wardrobe full of Sparkle. Sparkle is my middle name, so.
Okay, excellent. Well, you fit in well around here. So what have you liked best about hanging out with Team Sparkle this week?
Just one of the many things was how inspiring everybody else is on their own entrepreneurial journey since I'm brand new. It's always refreshing to hear others as they're going through their own journeys. So yeah, I would say the inspiration is above all everything else.
Yeah, it's been so fun getting to know you all. Now, I'm not sure why there's a couple of people that we'll come back. James, come on up. You're heavy in the chat, so come on up. What have you liked about hanging out with Team Sparkle?
It has just been a fun community. It's just a blast.
Thank you. Yeah, we like to have fun.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, can totally hear you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we just like to have fun with business. I mean, business should be fun. What we choose to do isn't the easy thing. That's working for somebody else, right? Without all the stresses of the big money-making decisions and, good and bad months. I mean, that's part of the entrepreneurial journey. So here in the Sparkle world, if we can at least make it a little bit of fun and hang shit on ourselves and all the stuff as well, right? Why not? Why not? Because honestly, the Sparkle world is what keeps me going every morning, right? Knowing you guys are supporting each other, turning up, doing all the things, taking action, no excuses, but also having fun. So I can't wait. We'll do some games nights and stuff once we kick off next week with all of our new people. But, we only bring in 12 people every quarter because, as you could see, those who came along to some of the expert sessions with us, they're not busy, right? There's not lots of people in them. And the reason for that is because we want to make sure we can give you as much attention as possible as well. But I know you're all here for the content, right? Because that's what we want to do. Let's get stuck into the content. I just want to kick this off, day number 5, and let's talk about what we've covered so far. So day number 1, we spoke about the one path to evergreen, and I broke down the stages to get you to evergreen, that beautiful, elusive evergreen that everybody is chasing. But also, I don't want to bullshit you and say go evergreen. Right, I really want to be honest with you all and tell you what it actually takes to get a very well converting evergreen. Then also on day number 2, we spoke about the one winning offer. So we did a little bit of messaging in there. We spoke about how to actually speak to your clients. And then also we shared how to actually package your offer and the difference between your program and your coaching and the offer. And then on day number 3, we went into that beautiful, the skies parted, the sun came out, 3 magical words that literally shifted the way I do business. and I hope you all now start to practice that as well. Then yesterday we spoke about the one core focus to get to profit. We looked at the advanced level for your value ladder and how you can simplify that so that you can become profitable faster. And I also shared with you my sexy calculator. So I hope you've all reached out to your coaches to collect that. And also what the one path is. One path. Everything leads to the high ticket offer until you're hitting your revenue goals. And then you can go advanced level moves when it comes to your offer. And I am a little concerned that Anthony and Melissa aren't in here. So if one of the coaches could just check that there may have been some changes on the dashboard, yeah, you'll message them because they joined this morning and there may have been some changes on the dashboard that may have affected their login, only because we're testing this new software and I want to make sure they haven't missed out. You've already met, I have already messaged. Thank you, Christy. Excellent. All right. So, and today we're bringing it on home with the power of one. So I swear I'm going to write a book about this, and I know there's already a book out there called The One Thing, but I'm thinking one thing and dial it in. Okay, don't steal it. I'm just saying. One day the freedom, well, maybe I'll just call it the Freedom Funnel Formula, will be a book, right? It will be a book. I'm just putting it out there to the universe now, manifesting that, because every year, like we will teach you, you will slowly start to dial in and iterate your program so that it is the best possible program for your clients. And if I look back to where our business was, well, as of yesterday, 6 years ago to where it is today, it is so much better than it was then. And I can just imagine in another 5 years' time, or 4 actually, and then we'll hit double digits for full time in this business, how much better the program will be again, right? And I don't want to actually grow a large corporation. I love having a small boutique business. I prefer to roll that way. I worked in corporate and I don't want to build that here. But also choosing what you do with your time is so important. So that's what today is really focusing in on. The one thing you can do differently right now that's going to allow you to increase your productivity by 75%. It's one thing, like when you discover the secrets around this, you will see that in an 8-hour day, some of you are probably only working 2 productive hours because you're choosing to work on the wrong things in the wrong order. And this powerful strategy, this method that I'm going to help you uncover today, is why it seems like lots of other coaches out there seem to be everywhere doing all the things and super successful, and they're achieving so much more than you and you're not sure why. So when we dive into this one today, that's going to really help clear that up. Now, because this is our final day together, we're also going to be doing some planning together. So let's have a look at the content that we will be covering with you today. 1, context shifting. So this is going to help you with your productivity. Then we are also going to share with you, oops, everything's coming up in the wrong order. We're going to get you to finally turn everything that we've done into an actual plan. And you're going to write a 90-day goal for yourself by the end of today, which will be part of your home play. Of course, the daily lives. I didn't get a chance to watch them last night, but I will be laying down this afternoon to watch after I celebrate the end of day 5. And we will do a very short, brief live Q&A session with the coaches at the end of today. The reason is, well, it is Saturday here in Australia and my husband and I want to go out. To be totally honest with you. Alrighty then. Okay, so let's have a look at I want to share with you what context shifting is. Before I do that, who actually knows what context shifting is? Put a yes in the comment if you know what context shifting is, and a no if you don't, so that I know if I love to know if I'm teaching you something. Of course you do, Sarah. Sarah's been around for a while. Lots of no's. Maybe from Kathy. Jessica's nope. James is no. Okay, well, after this you will. And then you'll go Google it and you'll be learning so much. All right. So let me head on over to the whiteboard and let's talk about context shifting and how it works. So what a lot of you are trying to do is build a bridge to your dream business, right? So you've got all of these ideas. So, this is supposed to be a light bulb. For somebody who loves drawing, for some reason, whenever I'm teaching, my drawings are really bad. So you've got this beautiful idea for your business, okay? And you're trying to build this bridge so that you can actually yourself stand over here in the beautiful sunshiny day of success. And as you're building this bridge, you're trying to get to the other side, which is a successful business. Now, this is what I see a lot of people are doing, is they're building multiple bridges. Who feels like they're just building lots and lots and lots of bridges? Right? You've got many different lead magnets, lots of ideas for courses. Shall I do a course? I'll start a course. I'll start an academy. I'll be on all the Facebooks and Instagrams and all the things, right? And all of a sudden, instead of having this amazing idea and building a bridge to a successful business, you end up looking a little bit like this, like many half-built bridges. Who feels like that? Many half-built bridges. You just never seem to get to the end. Let me know in the chat if that kind of feels like you. Yeah? So, here's the deal. When you've got multiple bridges on the go, you think, oh, I've got all of these amazing ideas. It should be easy. I'll just implement them, right? So if you're building one bridge, everybody's got a limited amount of time, okay? We all have a very limited amount of time that we can choose to work on certain things. Now, if you're only building one bridge, okay, so you've got one bridge on the go, then your available time, okay, you've got available time. When you're focusing in on one thing, you can give it 100% of your available time because you've got one business idea, one marketing strategy, one lead magnet, right? One way to sell all makes up this one bridge. Now, what many of you are doing is with the multiple bridges, you would think, okay, if I am building two bridges, it's math. How much time can you give the two different ideas, the two different lead magnets, the two different courses? 50-50, says Jessica. That's math. Yeah, anybody else agree with Jessica? 50%. Yeah, right? Jessie's going, but, So you all think, because it's two bridges, mathematically, they should be getting 50% of the time. Now, this is where context shifting comes in. Oops, let me just undo that. Undo. I think my eraser is way too big and it's taking away too many things. There we go. Okay, no. So, context shifting is what happens when you're actually doing this. You're running between bridges. So what happens? Think about it. When you're running between bridges, nothing's actually happening. And the more complicated the bridge is, the harder it is to refocus. So think about when you start something and then somebody distracts you and pulls you away, and then you've got to come back to it, how much harder is it for you to remember where you left off? That's what context shifting is. But in regards to sales and marketing, it's trying to get your messaging right for multiple audiences. It's trying to sell more than one thing. It's trying to sell multiple ways. It's trying to do multiple lead magnets. You just can't split your time. So if you are running your businesses like this, what happens is when you're building 2 bridges, you're actually losing 20% of your time in context shifting. So each bridge only gets 40% of your available time. Now, if you've got 3 on the go, you are going to be losing 40% in context shifting, which means each bridge only gets 20% of your time. If we go to 4, it gets even worse. You are losing 60% of your time context shifting and 10% to each available bridge. And if you've got 5 on the go, you are losing 75% of your available time, and only 5% is actually productive. So out of an 8-hour day, that equates to you only working 2 productive hours due to trying to build too many bridges, too many ideas. Pick one thing and build it, measure it, optimize it. Because what happens when you finally move and you build that one bridge? Here, let me share with you a story. You're building a bridge. You get a plank of wood, right? You hammer it in and you're like, oh, that nail doesn't work. So you go and get a different nail and you hammer that in. And then you get to the next plank, you go and get the plank and you're trying to work out the distances and you hammer it in. Oh, shit, I hit my thumb, right? But as you work your way across the bridge, you get better at it. It gets easier. You know what's working and what's not, and you start to get there faster. But then here's the best bit. Eventually you get to the other side and you get to stop for a minute. You get to breathe, you get to celebrate, you get to look back and see what you have built. What you happen when you're building multiple bridges, you're always busy. Who feels like that? Never knowing what to do. Testing this nail, testing that piece of wood. You know, shit, it fell off in the river. Oh, God, I'll just go get another one. Right? How much better would it be just to focus on one thing? Stop complicating your businesses by, tripwire, lead magnet, one course, next course, step up. Or, all the different lead magnets, ebooks, live events, webinars, all the things. You see, when you choose a sales and marketing method, choose something that resonates with how you want to grow your business. Now, if you don't like teaching people on live stream, then we are not your people. The method we teach is teach people live with strategy, get them onto a sales call, close them into your high ticket offer. Eventually, dial that in and go evergreen. That's our strategy for sales and marketing. Now, of course, we build all the tech for you. We take away a lot of the headaches and the decision making so that you can do what you're really good at. But at the end of the day, that's the method we're going to implement into your business. Now, there are other people out there that will teach you how to create an ebook funnel, PDF funnel, webinars, right? We do that later. Once you dial in how to teach people live and convert them. So I'll give you an example. Say, and this, I really want you to make a decision on, remember how you're successful, right? Repetition, doing the same thing over and over again. Immersion, really immersing yourself in what it is. And I'm sure whatever niche you have, let me know in the chat what niche you're in. Don't you keep researching and getting better and better and better and better at that particular thing? Well, you have to choose that with marketing and sales as well. So I don't mind who you choose to be your coach, but choose a method that resonates with you and then go all in. Immerse yourself in that strategy until you're making enough money and you can hire yourself out of some of the really shitty roles you don't want to do. An analogy to that is there are lots of successful coaches out there and some a bit not so do your research, just saying. You want to model success. So say, for example, you're cooking a cake. I'm going to use a cooking reference because we've just got Anthony and Melissa who's just joined the Sparkle world. Woo! Okay? Yeah. Okay. So you go to the recipe cupboard and you pull out a book and you want to make a chocolate cake. And you're like, this book says this is the best chocolate cake in the world. And so you start reading the recipe. And it says you go and you got to sift some flour and you've got to go and get some cocoa and you've got to crack an egg and add the milk and stir. And then it tells you to go and get a baking tin. And this is probably not the best chocolate cake recipe. And grease it. Okay. And apparently this is the best chocolate cake recipe. But then you go back to your recipe cupboard and you find another book. And this book says it's the best chocolate cake recipe. Which one is it? This one actually tells me to preheat my oven first. And it tells me that I need to use melted chocolate chips, not cocoa powder. Which one is better? Well, pick one. And I bet if you kept making that recipe, you would find ways to improve it and make it better. But don't go out and reinvent the wheel in something that you don't know anything about. Find yourself an expert in sales and marketing, whether it's the Sparkle Class Academy with our live events or another method. But whatever you choose it, get the help because you will get there faster. Do not let a day turn into a decade. We have clients that will come, they'll chat with us 3 years later, or prospects, 3 years later, they're like, I'm still where I was 3 years ago. Investing in a coach, whether it's inside the Sparkle Class Academy or outside, is very important for your business. Okay, create a budget for it. I have a budget. We've got a sales marketing budget, right? I've got a staff budget. I have a coach budget. Please, I implore you to hire a coach if you're not a sales and marketing expert. Otherwise, you will be spinning your wheels for years. And I don't want you to turn a day into a decade. Do your research and find the method that you want to implement. Okay, I really, really implore you to do this because I see so many amazing ideas out there and you cannot sell a secret. You have to get your idea, your message in front of new eyes. Posting on social media is not a marketing strategy. Really, that is not a marketing strategy. That is just throwing spaghetti at the wall and hoping something sticks. And this is really what I want for you. And I hope out of everything that you take away from here is that you're finally going to find help. Because I've heard a lot of your business models and they're amazing. You know, I mean, McDonald's doesn't make the best hamburgers in the world, right? but they do all right because they've got great marketing and sales. And if marketing and sales wasn't required, people like Nike, Coca-Cola, and McDonald's would have stopped years ago. But they still do it. And there's a reason, because it works. It's actually part of the 3 things that it takes to be a business owner, right? You need 1, marketing, because you can't sell a secret. 2, sales, because it's not a business until somebody buys. Right? And the 3rd thing is customer support, so the product. Now, those are the 3 areas of your business: sales department, marketing department, and customer support. Right? They're the 3 areas of your business. Just like a tripod has 3 legs, if you took one away, it would fall over. It would be like you're a secretary and you turn up to work and you go, I'm not going to answer the phones and I hate filing. Well, you can't be a secretary. You cannot be a business owner if you're not doing sales and marketing and customer support. It's just simple. It's just simple. Stop overcomplicating it. So, who's ready to go all in and choose a method and run with it for 12 months? Yeah, the same thing on repeat until you get so good at it, then you can iterate it. Model success. There's only probably 2 things in my brain that is an original thing. Everything else I've learnt from somebody else. 1, original, the Voz. It was the best shower thought I ever had. Why don't I open a Zoom room? Because I'm lonely and my husband's not an entrepreneur. Why don't I open a Zoom room and just tell all my clients and customers, just come hang out for the day? Best decision ever, best shower thought ever. And the other one is, well, I probably learnt this through my training and assessment becoming a teacher, but I have this innate, like people can see the dead. I can see your brain and put it together into a product. I don't know where it comes from, creating your offers. But everything else, I model. Every new coach I invest in, I start talking like them. Why? Because I'm modeling their success. Every coach I hire is for something that I'm struggling with in my business. And I go all in on that coach for 12 months at the bare minimum. I was actually looking back through my coach has got some online training, and you can actually see what you watch and what you do. And you can actually see what other people are watching and doing. And I went and I had a look through a few people that I know who are running businesses that are in this program and are quite subpar. They're not doing very well. And they've watched maybe 3 or 4 videos. I went into mine. I've watched the same video probably 10 or 12 times. Rewinding, re-listening. Because every time you hear it, you hear something new. And so that's going to bring me, actually, I didn't even think about this, but it's actually just reminded me that next week, we're doing something a little different. Next week, what we're going to do is we're going to run an encore of this training. So what is an encore? An encore is going to be, I'm going to take the training component out of all of the live streams and we're going to run them live at a different time. And then we're still going to open the Zoom room so you can attend live and still do the Q&A. I just don't have to do the teaching component the second time around. I challenge you to come and redo the 5 days with your student hat on and find something new you didn't learn before. Even if I go and see somebody who isn't as successful as me teaching something, I don't go, oh, well, they don't make as much money as me. I don't need to listen. No, I always put my student hat on and I'm always looking for something I didn't know before. And if you notice, I always ask you, what did you like best? And usually what are you going to do differently moving forward? Because I want you to always turn up with your student hat on, even if it's just to learn one thing. You know, looking at James who came in, he's a 7-figure business as well, but he's here, he's immersed and he's looking for new stuff. That shows why you are successful. When you really do repetition, immersion, and modeling proven practices. It's RIM, write it down, RIM. Repetition, immersion, and modeling proven practices. It is so important to your success. Don't reinvent the wheel. Get really good at somebody else's model and then iterate. All right. I'm going to get off my high horse now because I'm really passionate about everybody having a coach, whether it's here or somewhere else. You need one. You do. You need to have one who teaches you stuff you don't know. All right. Let's come over to the VIP room. I'd like you to raise your hand. What's your biggest key takeaway from today? And then we're going to do some prize draws. We're going to do some homework and all the things. What would be a key takeaway? Come on, I can see some hands going up. James, come on up. You're on mute. Yeah.
I have never heard RIM before.
There you go.
Excellent.
Awesome. Yes. And
Yeah.
it's so true, right?
And it's simple. It's
So
simple to
simple.
teach. Well done.
Yep. And you, same as I, we want our people to be successful. And if you come in here, I want you to watch stuff on repeat. You'll see a lot of our clients are jumping in and they're re-attending this training. Jenny Milton is a perfect example of that. She keeps coming along. And Sarah's been with us for years. She's now our after hours success coach, but she still comes to every training that we run because she will hear something new. I've heard her 2 years down the track say, oh my God, I finally understand what the gap is, right? Like it was like the gap. Oh, you've talked about it, and she never fully, she got it, but not really. And then one day, all of a sudden, she said to me, oh my God, I finally get it. Right. And that was just like when I first started learning to build funnels. It was really hard. I literally used to print out every single page in my funnel, every email, and I would blue tack them up so I could visually see how the hell a funnel went together. Now I can just draw a few little lines and I can see it. What about Callie? What's been the biggest thing for you?
As you said, with spreading yourself too thin and never really getting anything done, my biggest takeaway is I'm now going to focus on one thing.
Yeah.
And see it through.
That's it. One thing, minimum. Like I said, my husband, I said, give me 5 years, right? I knew I wanted to go all in on the Sparkle Class Academy for 5 years. And what about Rosabelle? Got to bring you up because you got some sparkles going on, baby.
Yes, I wanted to sparkle for you today.
I love it.
And for us.
Yay.
Well, you know what? I have never heard anybody explain. I kind of understood it, but I never heard it explained how much time we lose in between context shifting. It's like crazy to think that we believe we're doing something valuable, but it's doing the exact opposite.
Yeah.
So, and I have been guilty of trying different things. And so now I have to decide which one I'm going to stick to.
Mm-hmm. It takes us back to a little bit of that snowball effect that I spoke about, where you're continuously busy working on what you believe to be important tasks, but actually they're really unimportant tasks. Honestly, IPAs, income producing activities. Here's something that I wasn't going to teach. I'm actually going to share it with you here. So for your business, right, you have sort of 3 areas of your business that you should be focusing on. Okay, so the outer part, this is 10% of your time should be spent here. This is innovation, creating new stuff. Who keeps creating new stuff all the time? Yes, oh yes, lots of hands going up in the room. 20% of your time should be spent on education. Okay, 20% of your time in your business should be spent on education, learning. I do that every afternoon and evening, or every evening. I have dedicated listening to podcast, immersion in my coach's material, whatever it is that I'm immersing myself in regards to our business model. Last night, I literally sat down and I was just staring at our model for about an hour, just making sure, was there any other more shortcuts I could give you through the strategies that I've been learning from my coach. And then this is the core of your business, and this should have 70% of your time. That is IPAs. Income producing activities. And if you've already got a crap load of stuff, cross this out, give this 80%, so you're making enough money, you can hire more people, and then you can spend heaps more time creating new stuff. Income producing activities are things like, outreach to people, or email, or, texting, phone calls. This is an IPA, what we're currently doing right now. Iterating. So marketing. Anything to do with your marketing, anything to do with your sales, anything to do with follow-up. I mean, follow-up is so important because the fortune is in the follow-up. Most people won't say yes the first time they meet you. This is what's the most important thing. But where do you spend most of your time? Most people spend most of their time here and here. Why? Because it's fun, it's easy, and it's comfortable. Yes, lots of head nods. This is not fun, easy, or comfortable, but it is what will create a 6 and 7 figure business. And then you can do more fun. This is what I love. And this. But until then, just stick with this. All right, that was not part of today's learnings. But anyway, I always think of new things I want to share. Let's talk about today's homework, and we're going to do a little bit of this together now. Of course, we love a bit of GSD, getting shit done. So today I want you, let's get a bit honest and talk about how many bridges are you currently building. But when you start to focus on one bridge, how will focusing in on one bridge actually change the way that you are currently doing business? And if you want more help choosing your bridge, then home play is to book yourself a conversation with me, because I will pull apart your business and tell you what you should be focusing on now that will make a difference. So inside of your workbook, that's the post-it thread. Where's the workbook thread? Inside of your workbook, you are going to find those questions. Actually, let me come to the whiteboard. So here they are. I want you to put down how many bridges you're currently building. How will focusing in on it work? But then on the next page, it's time for you to start to turn your ideas into actionable tasks. So I want you to think about the next 90 days. I actually want you to close your eyes with me right now. Close your eyes, and I want you to see yourself standing 90 days from now, reflecting on your business. That's right. What does your business look like in 90 days from now? What have you achieved? Who have you helped? What decisions are you reflecting on that you made to help you get there in 90 days? Where has been your focus? What have you had to say no to get there? Now, what have you learnt in the last 90 days? What I want you to do now is I want you to take that vision and I want you to turn to page 7 of your workbook. I want you to write down what is your vision for yourself in the next 90 days. What decision have you made to help you achieve that vision? And what actions did you take? I want you to see and write it as though you are in the present moment. I'm going to give you 5 minutes to reflect on this and then we're going to come back. right, guys. How does the future look? Well, I can tell you it's Saturday here and your future looks bright. It depends where you are in the world. Honestly, that one just fell out. So there you go. You talk enough, stuff's going to fall out. Okay, so I truly hope that the last 5 days has been an eye-opener for you. Yes, and I loved how somebody says, I teach like I'm teaching in primary school. I hope that I have simplified something that is actually quite a complicated process for you in some way. Right? We do have time for you guys to come back and re-immerse yourself in this all again next week. And there'll be some more live Q&A time at the end of each of the days of the live training. So that'll be inside the calendar. But I'm reading some people here have written what their goals are. And James says, I want to master hook, housekeeping, welcome, content, call to action, Q&A, and CTA. I love it. That's a program at a glance when you're putting your live streams together. Yes. All right. So come on up, everyone. A couple of you, come on up. What about you, Roosevelt? What is your 90-day idea to action plan?
Do you want to hear my vision first?
Yes, definitely. Let's see your vision. Where are you going to be in 90 days from now?
So in 90 days, I have lit up Toronto by having the word out that I have elevated 30 or more men leaving corporates into their own business and them having greater impact in the whole of the Greater Toronto area. Because they're talking about it and referring other people, and they themselves are living more joyfully and abundantly. So, of course, their wives are happier, and a happy wife is a happy life. And he making $150,000 by just doing that for the next 90 days.
Okay, wow, that's very ambitious, but you work hard at it and you will get there. Make sure, like IPA all the way. Okay.
IPA. One thing, you have gotten me on that.
Yeah.
And you told me to dream big, so now I've gone crazy.
Awesome.
Okay.
Thing I've noticed when I talk to a lot of people when they're setting their vision is when we look into the future, we tend to underestimate what we can achieve in 12 months. But then when I get you to set your weekly, you tend to overestimate what you can achieve in a week. So just be considerate and realistic when it comes to your actionable tasks. Your vision should be massive. Remember, don't dream big, dream huge. But then it's the small daily tasks. One little step, IPA, and if you think about it, 70% of your time on IPAs is 5 to 6 hours a day without creating new stuff, unless it is to help your IPAs. All right. What about... Yes.
So what I'm going to do is select one workshop, of course, just like you've done.
Nice.
To deliver I'm saying twice a month, but I don't know if it's doable to do it twice a month.
It can be done. A 5-day event is very hard to run twice a month.
Not doing 5 days.
If it's a single, we've got another client who works with high-level C-suites, and she actually does a weekly. So, but she's constantly running. But you've got to dial in the thing first, right? But once a month is totally doable. Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm going to be really honest with you also here is a shorter time frame to deliver a live doesn't allow you to test as much stuff. That's why we recommend, but it doesn't mean you can't do it. I'm just saying you don't have as much opportunity to test as much content, and you have to be very good at hooking, leaving gaps, transitions, and the invitation. That's a skill it's that you can learn, but it's a strategy that goes around the outside of the teaching. So I'm not telling you not to do it. I'm just saying know that you've got to learn the strategy around that as well. Yeah? Yeah.
Okay. Give that some more thought, because you're right. And so I may just do it twice in the 3 months.
Yeah.
And figure a bigger group.
Yeah. Now, Anthony, what's your 90-day vision? And Melissa?
Okay, so I will say Melissa's actually not here right now because she ended up wanting to go and take a bath and just have some time now that the boys are asleep and everything, and all the crazy chaos that you got to hear earlier.
Yeah.
So I put for my 90-day vision, and I feel like I'm underselling myself on this. I could be overselling myself. That basically I'm going to be selling 20 confident kitchen courses in a month, which would equate to that original 60 grand that Melissa's and my vision before.
Nice.
So
Well,
that's
when we do our
kind of
mapping
where I'm
session, and I'm going to put you, like, you can start maybe between now and your mapping session. I'm going to put you into the vision traction. So phase 1, just for you and Melissa to sit down and do your vision plan together, because we don't meet until Wednesday, I think, next week. Yeah. So I'm going to put you into phase 1. So the program itself is huge. And I don't always put people straight into phase 1, but I know that you are already very experienced entrepreneurs, and I believe phase 1 will be so impactful for you. So log into the Freedom Funnel Academy, go to phase 1. It was actually run, we did it over a 3-day event with a group of people. And then that will work you through that. And what you're going to create is a 10-year plan, a 5-year, a 3-year plan, a 1-year plan. Then you're going to break it down to quarterly goals, right? And then you're also going to think about any issues that may arise that might hold you back. So what you actually start to learn to do as you're building your business is you start to learn to try to identify issues before they come up. Right. And we do what we call an IDS. So we identify an issue, we discuss it, and then we focus on the solution and not the problem. But that whole vision, that took 3 days. And this is something that I do with my team twice a year. Okay, we do the phase 1 together as a team twice a year. One, it helps you remember why you do what you do, because you can start to lose what you're doing when you're just busy all the time. It makes you to reflect on, what's working well and what's not, and then reset your goals, because sometimes we don't get everything we thought we were going to achieve. So I used to do it annually, and we've recently started doing it twice a year now, and it's so impactful. And I've got all my notes from the last 4 or 5 years of every year, what our things are. So yeah, that'll be really good. So there's lots of things you could be working on, but just between now and when we start, get started on that, so you've got that to bring along to the session as well. Okay. What about Kathy? What's your 90-day?
So I want to merge my 2 bridges, and I think that's been my problem the last probably 3-4 years.
Yes.
And so the idea is to actually, though, for the 9 days, it makes sense to focus on actually my original first business bridge, and to really focus in on that.
Yep.
And to reach the level that I've been trying since 2008, and then use that because I want to actually merge. I want to find a way to merge my 2 businesses, because they complement each other, but I need to find a way to legitimately do so without having 2 different messages.
Yeah. Are you coming to the 3-day event? Because we are focusing in on offer creation quite deeply in the 3-day event. So getting clearer on what your actual offer is, that's in October. So if you're coming along to that, that's really going to help you to get much clearer on what you want to focus on. And at the end of the day, which one do you think is going to be more profitable and get you where you want to go? That's where I would put my attention. As long as you've got a passion. There's a couple of prerequisites I have when you're choosing. One, which one you don't have to go out and do more learning for. you know, in regards to the knowledge thing that you're teaching. So you don't need to go and get a qualification for. You've already learned enough to share and help people. Okay. Second one is, which one is going to be more profitable? And the third is, do you have a passion for it? Like in 12 months' time, are you going to get sick of it? And if so, then don't choose it, because you need to go all in for at least 5 years to give it a good hard go. So they're usually my 3 prerequisites when I'm helping people choose. Okay. Awesome. Callie, come on up. Share with us.
Okay, so since I have been so inspired by everybody, the first thing I was going to do when I was writing down my vision was add more bridges. So I scratched them all out. So I'm going to be working on my freebie offer, my very first one. And also I've switched gears as I continue slowly to do my signature course. I had a new idea for a mini course, which I could probably do in 90 days. So that's what I'm going to be, that's my vision for the next 90 days. And I'm actually going to dedicate time every day to work on that. And then the action I'm going to take is see them in real life. Finally, they're tangible. And then if I need to do any small minor tweaks, and then offer it to my audience.
I
Just
love
put it
that.
out there. So
cool. So I know you've got that larger signature offer that you're creating, and then you're thinking about a mini course. When you choose the mini course, please just make it part of the signature method. Okay.
Oh yes, that's
Yeah.
when I
Cool.
was doing the MIA Map It course workshop with you.
Yeah.
I all the post-it notes, everything's ready for the signature course, but I realized it's going to be, I still have a lot more work to even get that off the ground, but a mini course popped out of it. So yeah, that is going to be part of it. And then I'll already have that ready to go in the bigger. So that's why the mini course, I'd like to focus on that right now.
Yeah, cool. Look, if you've not quite sure I don't know if you've booked a call or anything like that, I'd love to go deeper into that with you to help you get a little bit more clarity around that signature method, because it probably doesn't need as much work as you think it needs to sell. Just saying. Right? Because I have sold an idea before making it many times when I've, come up with course ideas in the early days. A couple of years ago, I actually proved the point. I was working with Amy Porterfield, and I took on a group of students to guide them over 12 weeks. Okay. But I wanted to prove them that I could write my idea and turn it into a course within the 12 weeks and sell it. And I did it all live. So I came up with the idea and I ran a lead magnet into the program, and we sold, well, first I taught it live and then turned it into a paid program. And people following along doing that, like selling it first and then creating it live, were having amazing success. We had one lady who's like, oh my God, I've made an accidental funnel. Like you just followed the process. Because if you can show people what it is that you're going to help them with, then you sell it, then you come in and you help them. The first round of students get more of you as well. Because while working with your clients, you will actually make a better program than you continuously trying to refine something that's not been tested with a real live client. So back to like that umbrella story, because some of the courses that I've written, I've got the idea of the steps I want to take people through, but then I've multiple times for multiple courses, I've gotten 1 or 2 weeks in and I've realized, that thing I've got in week 7 really needs to come forward to week 3. Right? And I didn't know until I had real people to work with. So, I would like to inspire you to go high ticket. If you've got it mapped out, think about trying to sell it before you make it.
Yes.
I know it's scary, right? But I can tell you your program...
It seems daunting after what I've mapped out. It does seem daunting. And I have to I always think very grand, hence
let me
glitter on my head.
Let me show you.
But I need to simplify a little bit.
Yeah, so all you need to do to sell it is the top level idea of what the outcome is at each of the levels, right? That's it. The steps in between, you already know that stuff. You can help them when they come in. So remember, module 1, what do you want to help them accomplish? Module 2, what do you want to help them accomplish? So if we take you back over to like mine, right, that I showed you, let me just go into here, right? This was me drawing on it last night. Hang on, let me just rub all my notes off. So here, all I had to do was say, in the first stage, I'm going to help you set up your vision. In the second stage, I'm going to help you create your high ticket offer. In the third stage, I'm going to help you create a live event and build the tech for you. The fourth stage, I'm going to help you fill it with giving you whatever strategy and messaging and marketing. Fourth stage, we're going to focus on the sales calls and measuring the data, right? Deliver it live because you've now sold it, and continue to measure and optimize so we can scale. Now, inside the lessons, some of those, when I sold this, were just, that's what I know I want to help you do. Then it turned into this. So this is my program, or like the whole thing as people go through it. So if you come into the vision area, this is what you will work on. Core focus, work on, dial in your niche. And I know this vision component can be done over 3 days, 3 full days. So this is working on vision. This is working on marketing. This is working on sexy numbers, right? If you look at the offer creation, we talk about the dream client, your signature method, your promise, mapping out your high ticket offer, its framework, and then we create an infographic. Now this, what you see here, is 6 years of running the same program and getting better and better at it. That's why it looks so clean now. When I first started it was just massive amounts of Post-it notes everywhere. We've been through, over the 6 years, 3 massive iterations of our program. And we keep the best bits and we throw out the stuff that you don't need to know.
Yeah.
And it actually, because they pay for speed, you want to get them there faster. So when I first started, it was called the Elites, because I'd moved from a network marketing company and I made a membership program. And my promise to you was I would teach you something twice a month. Join for $14.95. I had nothing other than I will teach you something twice a month. And I sold it. And I put it, I sent an email out to my list. It was Boxing Day here in Australia when all the sales are on. These are our Australian sales times. And I still have one person left who still pays $14.95. Actually, there might be 2. There's another girl who pays $149 a year and she keeps renewing. Right? Wow. The second iteration, we had the Elite Maps. So it was a marketing action plan. And what I promised was every month I would write a marketing plan that you could implement. And through that time, I did ebook funnels, PDF funnels, live stream funnels, challenge funnels, many chat funnels. Like we tested and put into many people's businesses all of these different funnels. And what I found was the most successful clients ran live events. They're the ones who had the best conversions out of all the different funnels we help implement into people's businesses. Then we went to the sales and marketing school, right? And we kind of still gave them options between choosing a marketing plan. But they began by building a basic funnel to begin with, and then they could go and choose a different marketing plan every month. When we move to the Freedom Funnel formula, I'm like, no more PDFs, no more ebooks, no more choosing your own software. Right? I want to make it simple and as fast for you as possible. And then the Freedom Funnel formula was born. But it didn't begin there. But it's still the same thing. Inside this program, we still teach you how to go live. And that was my very first official course. I will teach you to have the confidence to hit the go live button. And we still teach it. But as I was teaching people how to go live, I had to learn marketing and I fell in love with it. And then I had to buy a CRM and absolutely geeked out on automation. So
That's
don't
great.
overthink it. You can sell
Yeah,
it now.
I tend to.
You can
That's
sell
true.
it now. The reason why you're not is because what you're doing, thinking, innovating, education, it's fun, it's easy, and it's comfortable.
Yep.
So sell it. I'm challenging you to have a crack. I'll push you. I told you. Yeah, sweaty. All right, keep me posted. All right,
I will.
guys.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Oh my God, I just got goosebumps. I can tell something's happened on that side. When I get goosebumps, I listen to them. I'm a little woohoo, guys. Okay, so, all right, let's talk about your live challenge. I am loving watching your videos. I have not had a chance to catch up on yesterday's, but I will, and keep them coming in. I do, and I will. If you want to go and continue creating live videos in the Facebook group, throughout the next week, I'm going to add a daily topic, okay, to the Facebook group. So if you're loving creating, I will do a daily topic just for all next week while we're going through Encore, because I do love watching your videos so much, learning all about you. But today's challenge is, first, I really want to check in with you. I want to know really what's happened to you over the last 5 days, okay? So tell me where you were on day one. Like when you joined, you can even go back and pre-watch your video if you want to and say, oh, there's that person I knew 5 days ago, right? Where were you on day one versus now? Second, I want you to share with us, what specifically do you feel that you've accomplished? I'm hoping something's shifted in you and you've really made a big change. The third thing is, what did you like best about boot camp? I hope you've had a really good time, because I've loved it. And I mean, honestly, our time's not over. We can redo this all over again next week for Encore Week. And then finally, I would really love if you could share with us, if somebody spoke to you and said, hey, what is this kind of Sparkle World Bootcamp thing all about? What would you tell them if they were thinking about, joining us? And even some of our Encore participants who might be coming in thinking, is this even worth my time and effort? What would you say to them? And if you can do that on the live stream, I can't wait to watch them all. Now, what's next? Well, of course, book yourself a clarity call with us, even if you're not sure if this program is a good fit for you. I promise. As you can see, I over-deliver, right? I will send you away with something to help to get you to where this program is the right fit for you. You see, we actually say no to more people than we say yes to when it comes to joining our program, because you need to have the right mindset around having a business, and sometimes we've got to send you off to build that clarity, get that skill set. Like, we've got people that have come in and they're just not great on the computer, for example, and we're like, okay, here, go do a course and come back. You have to know how to open a new tab on a window. Like, we've had clients come in and I'm like, open a new tab, and they don't know where to find the tab, or they'll go, oh my God, Sally, I can't find you. Where have you gone? I'm like, you've minimized, or I'm hiding behind a screen, and they're like, I can't find you. If you can't do that on a computer, then this program is not a good fit for you, because we do a lot of screen sharing and telling you where to click on your screen. Awesome. All right. So please get in touch with your success coach if you've also got any questions at all about moving forward. And check out, let's do the prize draw. Where's the wheel? And I will be back in every day live. So if you're joining us late, you can continue to add, or if you haven't done and submitted everything yet, please continue to add to it. I'm trying to find my little spinny wheel one. Where is it? Oh, there it is. It says wheel on it. There we go. Okay, so let's have a look at those people who have done the guide section of the beginning, and we'll do a little spin. And our winner is... Hey! Anthony, Melissa, and Scarlett. Yay! All right, so Sparkle fans, let's do a little spinny spin. And the winner is... Ooh! Oh, yes, Emily! Well done! And I'm loving seeing this homework and this home play stuff, because honestly, this is where the good stuff happens. This is where you're actually taking action towards improving your business. So our, oi, Kathy! Yay! And our live challenge, which I know will get bigger and bigger every day because you're all going to do it, is... Jess! I swear, Jess needs to go and buy a lottery ticket. I think she's won like in every stage now. Excellent, guys. So thank you so much, everyone, for joining me. I do have a client who's actually left a little message here for you as well. She's been with us for over 3 years. She wanted to say something to you.
Sales and marketing school has definitely helped with regard to the challenge, because well, first of all, it gives step-by-step process of how to do everything. And I need my hand held because there's always questions. And Sally just does such an amazing job of really being patient and kind of almost anticipating where we're going to get stuck and answering questions before they're even an issue, and with all the tech stuff. But also the challenge itself feels so, I see this big picture of how this is going to bring in clients, and how, as I was creating it, I saw the building blocks of the challenge brings in, they start the process of bringing in people, but then they lead to potential clients through the VIP sales, and that leads to the webinar, and that leads to the sales funnel of the bigger items. And that process is so much more elaborate than just a PDF. So that you're not really, you get an email, but you don't get engagement. And so with the challenge, you get engagement, and the step-by-step process and all of the details of how to create the web page and the content, and even the ideas of how to, what your challenge is going to be. Sally helps with all of that. And it's just been such a huge part of building my business, and it's been really exciting to see it develop. And
hey, boot campers, my name is Aline, and I am so excited for you guys to be part of this experience. I had the opportunity to work with Sally and the entire Sparkle community for a number of years now, and it has been one of the best decisions that I made in my business. I remember the Friday night that I was sitting at my computer. It was in, I think, January, a number of years ago, and I was debating as to whether or not I was going to make the investment, because it is an investment, in working with Sally. And I spoke with my husband about it. I was like doing the pros and cons and all the different things. And I just had this strong desire to take the next step in my business, and I couldn't figure out how to get there. And when I connected with Sally, she showed up at the right time in my life and really helped to scale my business and grow it in a way that I know I would not have been able to do on my own. She helped me to get a lot of the infrastructure set, and just made my time in my business so much more valuable. I was able to have such greater impact. So I am forever grateful for the work that Sally has helped me to do in my business, and just the amazing leader that she is. She sets the tone for what is possible in entrepreneur world, and I love being around her energy. I love her compassion. She steps right up and has that same passion about you achieving your goals in your business. So congratulations on being part of boot camp, and whatever Sally says to do it, because it works. It works. If you're kind of like on the fence, wondering whether you should do it or not, I personally would say go for it, because it has made such a difference for me. And I am so grateful for Sally and the entire Sparkle team. It's now allowed me to be a mompreneur, as you can hear my little one in the background now. So, all right, guys, have a wonderful time in boot camp. Gotta go.
How amazing are those ladies? So Erin, she came to us and she's like, I just want to help women with boobs, right? She was a breastfeeding mom, and over the time of iterating and working with her, she now focuses in on not just helping people with breastfeeding. She niched her niche a few times, and now she helps with extended breastfeeding. So, and it was only through working with her clients that she realized, oh, like these are the people I actually resonate with more. She had gone and done the training around breastfeeding, but she found that extended breastfeeding. And for some reason, we actually have got 3 breastfeeding coaches inside our community, and they all teach different areas of breastfeeding. So one's about increasing your milk production. Another one is about helping you in your first 12 weeks. And another one is about extended breastfeeding. So you can see even in that niche, you can niche that niche. And Aline, when she joined, she was helping people with MS, because she also has MS, and she was helping people with all the things in MS. And as she started working with clients, she started realizing that actually what she really enjoys is the food side. And then she's like, oh yeah, actually, I did actually go to culinary school. And then she started to bring that part of it into her business. And now she runs like live trainings teaching people how to cook for Thanksgiving, and she does like Thanksgiving challenges to teach people how to cook and then get them into her program. And she was our very first Sparkle baby as well. She joined and she says, I just want to make enough money that I can actually have a baby, and I know I've got revenue coming in while I'm becoming a mum. And then she got pregnant and had the baby a year or two into working with us, and we sent her lots of pretty things and stuff. But yeah, she's got a little girl now, a little Sparkle baby. I mean, Erin is now like, she had never used Instagram when she started with us, like didn't even know how to use it, didn't have an account or anything. And now like she's interviewing people over on Instagram, she's growing her following, and she recently went to a boot camp retreat with Brock Johnson, who, as some of you already know, Brock Johnson's taught inside of our community, and I've got a very good relationship with the Johnsons. And so she went off and she did, worked with him as well. So, these people are doing the work, right? I mean, we're going to help you with the technology and the strategy, but you are still going to need to do the work, but you won't have to do it alone. And that's what we're here for. So thank you all so much for joining us for the 5 days. We will be doing this on repeat next week for Encore. I won't be doing the teaching, but I'll still be here for Q&A and dark room time with you all. So if you want to come back and do repetition, immersion, and modeling a proven practice, please do so. And please book a call. I would love to dig in deeper and help you get focused. My goal inside that call is to find a bottleneck in your business and give you a strategy to help with one part of your business and send you away with something actionable. Because at the end of the day, that's really what I want you to do. Take action and get results. Whether you join us in the community or not, at the end of the day, you go out there, you make impact, you help more people, and you get better business owners along the way. Thank you so much all for joining us. Let's head on out with the Sparkle song as always. Stand up, come on, let's do it. I'm gonna push my button and up we go.
You've been hiding in the shadows way too long. You always thought that you were weak, but babe, you're wrong. Yeah, you better step into the light, just give it a try. Think that it's time you let that spark out. You've been hiding in the shadows way too long. And who cares if you might mess it up? You're stronger than the others think. And who cares if you might mess it up? Go ahead and shine, darling. Go ahead and shine, my dear. 'Cause who cares if you might mess it up? Just shine. You shouldn't doubt yourself, 'cause you're a work of art. You should know that you are perfect with those flaws. Yeah, you better step into the light, just give it a try. Know that it's time you let that spark out. You've been hiding in the shadows way too long.